You sit down to finally start your essay. You open the laptop. You open the document. You stare at the blinking cursor. 10 minutes pass. You've reorganized your desktop icons twice. You're not lazy, you tell yourself, but it feels like your brain physically will not let your fingers touch the keyboard. That feeling has a name, and today I'll show you 6 tiny rules that make starting almost impossible to avoid. Let's begin. Here's the truth. It's not laziness. It's not a discipline problem. It's not some character flaw you were born with while other people got the motivated gene. It's a concept borrowed from chemistry called activation energy. Every reaction needs a small burst of energy just to begin, even reactions that release way more energy once they're moving. Starting costs more than continuing. That's the whole secret. Think of a car stuck in the mud. The engine isn't broken. The wheels aren't broken. It just needs one hard push to break the resistance, and after that, it rolls on momentum. Your brain treats open a Word document the same way it treats push a car out of mud. It doesn't know the difference between a big, scary task and a small, easy one until you're already moving. So it stalls every time. So here's the question. If the problem is the size of that first push, what happens if you make the push smaller than the resistance? That's Rule 1. Rule 1. Shrink the task until your excuses can't survive it. Don't open the document to write the essay. Open it to write one sentence. Not the introduction. Not a good sentence. Any sentence. This sounds too easy to work, and that's exactly why it works. Your brain isn't resisting the essay. It's resisting the size of the essay. Make the entry point microscopic, and the resistance drops with it. You're not tricking yourself into greatness. You're tricking yourself past the wall. Rule 2. The 2-minute rule. Your brain resists starting far more than it resists continuing. So you commit to just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of essay writing. 2 minutes of the workout. 2 minutes of the annoying email you've been avoiding for a week. You're not actually trying to get real work done in 2 minutes. You're trying to get your brain to cross the starting line, because once it crosses, momentum takes over automatically. Ever notice how the hardest part of a shower is turning on the water, not standing in it? Same mechanism, different faucet. Rule 3. Prime the reward before you need it, not during. Your brain releases dopamine in anticipation of a reward, not after receiving it, which is why scrolling feels effortless and essay writing feels like lifting a car. Notifications and short videos are engineered to fire that anticipation constantly, and your focus, trying to hold on to a 5-paragraph essay, doesn't stand a chance against an app built by 100 engineers to be more interesting than homework. Don't judge yourself for losing that fight. It was never fair to begin with. So instead of competing with your phone for the reward, borrow from it on purpose. Play one song you love right before you start. Tell yourself you'll get coffee the moment you write your first line, not before. Stack a tiny reward directly onto the starting point, so your brain links beginning with pleasure instead of dread. Remember that blinking cursor from the intro? This is exactly how you make it less terrifying. Not more willpower, better timing. Rule 4. Remove the decision, not just the task. Every time you have to decide whether to start, you burn energy you needed for actually starting. That's mental fatigue dressed up as laziness. The fix is pre-deciding. Lay out exactly what start looks like the night before. Which tab opens first? Which sentence you'll write? Which shoes are already by the door for the run you keep skipping? No decision to make means no decision to dodge. No decision, no stall. Rule 5. Use location as a trigger, not motivation as a trigger. Most people wait to feel motivated before sitting at the desk. But motivation is a result of starting, not a requirement for it. Your brain builds associations between environments and behaviors fast. If you only ever study at one desk, in one chair, under one lamp, your brain starts treating sitting there as an unconscious cue to begin, the same way walking into a kitchen makes you think about food even when you're not hungry. Build the cue once. The room does the work. Rule 6. Leave the task slightly unfinished. This one feels wrong the first time you try it, and that's exactly why it's powerful. Our brains get pulled back toward unfinished tasks far more than finished ones. Psychologists have a name for it, but you don't need the name. You just need the trick. So instead of stopping your essay at a clean paragraph break, stop mid-sentence. Leave the thought hanging like that blinking cursor you started with, except now it's hanging on your terms, not the page's. Tomorrow, your brain won't face a blank page and its full starting cost again. It'll just want to finish the sentence it already started. Half a thought pulls harder than a full page ever could. Here's something important. None of these 6 rules make the task easier. The essay is still hard. The workout still burns. The email is still awkward to send. What changes is the entry fee, the tiny toll your brain charges just to walk through the door. Lower the toll, and you walk through far more often. Do that enough times, and the door stops feeling locked at all. Years from now, you won't remember the 10 minutes you spent rearranging desktop icons instead of starting. You won't remember the app you refreshed for the 40th time, waiting to feel ready. But you'll remember the version of you who learned that starting was never about feeling brave. It was about making the first push small enough to survive. That's the person you're building, 1 2-minute sentence at a time. Final message. Your brain isn't broken, and it was never against you. It's just protecting energy the way it's protected energy for thousands of years. Back when unnecessary effort could genuinely get you killed. It doesn't know that opening a laptop is safe. It just knows unfamiliar effort equals risk, so it hesitates. The solution was never to force your way past that hesitation through sheer willpower, because willpower runs out by lunchtime. The solution is to make the first step so small that hesitation has nothing left to grab onto. Shrink the door. Prime the reward. Remove the decision. Leave the thread hanging. Walk through 2 minutes at a time and let momentum finish what fear couldn't stop from starting. If this helped you understand your own brain a little better, Subscribe to Simple Actually for more science-backed strategies on focus, studying, sleep, and the small habits that quietly change everything. Take care.